Hey guys, Sonic Smash Bros. Here, and the latest client update for Mega Man X-Type Global has finally dropped. Although it dropped last week, I was a bit slow to record this. That's all. Anyway, let's discuss at least most of what was added here. One thing I can't exactly discuss right now, Total Power Battle, was added with this update, but it will be back, so I'll discuss it at that point. Essentially, it combines aspects of Boss Rush, Jacob floors, specifically the enemy gauntlet floors, and maximum race mode. Essentially, you need to build teams that are good at clearing out as many enemies as possible in a short amount of time, killing bosses as quickly as possible, and getting to the end of the stage as fast as you can. So, once we actually get Total Power Battle back for the next round, I'll discuss it a little bit more then, because it's a bit weird in terms of how it works. Anyway, that's not all that was added with this update. The big one being, let's just go over to, say, Base EXE real quick. Yep, this client update brought voice lines for Base EXE, and all of his variants, but he's not the only one. This luxury is also joined by voices for CL, and all of her versions as well, and all versions of Classic Bass. In fact, yesterday, DNA dropped for 3 more characters. Base GS at long last has DNA. Finally! It only took, I don't know, like 6 months, give or take. But he's not the only one to get it, as mentioned earlier. Vile fans rejoice, Vile Mark II finally has DNA. And last but not least, for some reason, yep, Base XX already has DNA, and yes, I'm working on it as we speak. It's nowhere close to finished. Only slot 2 is correct at the moment, at least for what I'm doing. But the voice lines aren't all that some of these characters got. Let's go over to the most noticeable example. Base CL. Notice how CL system now does damage and has an iframe. Notice how Preventive Shield also comes with sprayer adaptability, and how Boosted Shot now comes with sprayer mastery. Yep, with the voice lines came some character buffs to Base EXE, Classic Base, and Dive Fest CL. It also came with a bug fix for Super Base, because in TP, the Sabotage Beam of his Base Buster would sometimes only do 1 damage. That's been fixed. So, hey, at least some consistency and quality of life changes, and some much needed buffs for a few of these characters, especially CL. But to showcase at least one of these buffs, because I only have one of these characters, let's do a quick game of PvP, shall we? Where is Base EXE? And I'll just get my usual setup out. I don't have DNA complete on you either, so ladies and gentlemen, expect this to not do quite as much as it could be doing. Damage-wise, anyway. Alright, let's try to get a good opponent. I just have to hope someone's on. So, while we're discussing this, one important thing to note. DiVE Armor X does not have DNA yet. I'll go more into detail on that another time. But yeah, no. It's nice that they're at least starting to give older characters their DNA, because a lot of them do need it. Especially considering they gave Super Base DNA on release. Okay, don't seem like I'm getting anybody. So let's try in Snow Base. I don't like this map very much compared to any other map. Of course, I get a game right away. And who knows, this guy might actually be trying to play. The only way I'm really going to get to show off these buffs anyway. What's interesting here is they're playing Nightmare, and that's going to work against them here. Because that attack buff, let's just say I can just steal that. Okay, let's see what we can do here. I'm going to spawn in a little bit late because of how... Oh, never mind, I actually went in just in time. Okay, here we go. Try to keep my damage up. Yeah, as you can see, base EXE is doing so much damage now. And you're done. You're done, Chief. So yeah, consider that this is without any of his fixed DNA, and as far as I'm aware, only one slot on my recombined DNA is corrected. Think about that. This could be doing so much more than it already is. Alright, let's just see what I got out of this. Unfortunately, I did not get the EMs. That's pretty much all I care about right now. But anyway, also added with this update was hidden skills for the Singularity Slasher. Take it from me, Sinful Act is literally the only one that matters. The others are short range boost for 12%. I believe one was Homeopathy Amp or something like that. I can check real quick. Okay, I had that right. How about that? And yeah, Energy Absorb, not that great. Sinful Act is the only one that matters. I will note, however, it is strictly a PvP sword, but if you do not have Grudge Axe, this is the next best thing. And some characters, like Dark Mega, for example, prefer the Singularity Slasher anyway. So hey, if you got it from the pickup, this is a good opportunity. So, as for other things that were added, one nice thing is that the notices are no longer when you log into the game. They're over here in the game's menu. Wait, what's this? Free 10 pulls every day for Gaea Armor? Yeah, I already know about that. I'm just trying to, like, hype things up a little bit. So, let's actually just go ahead into the banner real quick. The DiVE Fest is still going, which for anyone who has not gotten into the game yet, there's a free pull on this too. But this is what we're here for. Also, the Permanent Hunter capsule is back, and they added the Hawk Precision Buster limited weapon. I am skipping this personally, but for those of you who are missing some limited weapons you want, the first, third, and fifth 10 pulls are guaranteed an S-rank weapon, so it could be one of the limited ones you're missing. Let's just take care of this real quick since this is a daily thing. Don't really care too much. This is what we're really after. So, let's show off the banner and see if we can actually get Gaea Armor. Survey says, don't look like it. 8 and 2. Yeah, no Gaea Armor. It's only the second pull. I will take those character patches though, very nice. So, not a terrible pull, honestly. So yeah, we've got 5 more pulls for Gaea Armor. Hopefully I can get him quickly. So, while I'm clearing out dailies, there's another thing that was added. The replay scenario button for stages. As you can see, I've cleared the stage already, so I won't get the dialogue normally. But if I click replay scenario, and let's just go in with base. Oh, and don't worry, I'm saving the best thing in this update for last. Yep, you can replay story dialogue. Nice little detail. It's a small bit of flavor, but hey, it's a nice thing to have. Speaking of story mode, actually, you can now freely travel to story worlds just with the click of a button. Once again, cool little thing, but it doesn't come up too often anyway. One thing about the bounty lobby for guilds was also changed. This also gives me a chance to see what my bounty lobbies are for the day. Okay, that's not going to matter for me. Or that. Here we go. Yeah, 4 of them do. Axel with 3 stars. Notice how it'll actually try to put the character you need for the additional conditions last? That's because now the bounty lobby prioritizes star completion. It doesn't exactly optimize it, which is a little annoying, but optimizing for star completion is a bit of a pain anyway, and you're going to do that yourself normally. So, auto build now prioritizing star completion is really nice. Let's do Halloween Ale, Copy X, and I need 2 more stars, so Hunter Bay. So, let's try with this one. Walnut 0 star. In this case, what I'm going to do is change this to Ultimate Armor. And where's Chun-Li? There we are. Axel with 1 star. Does anyone have him open? No, he doesn't. So, this is a good chance to show this off. Stars are still prioritized. You'll love to see it. Mega EXE 0 star. There we go. Those are all the ones I'm doing. I don't normally do any of the other ones. May as well see what my guild reward is for today. Oh, bro, you are so lucky. I mean, I needed another bitter struggle anyway, and I already have my 3 elite hunters, so hey. Good on you, bro. Anyway. So, yeah. The replay scenario button, I'm not going to get to show this here. It also applies to event stages. The exceptions being the Host of Annihilation and Pitiful Host events for Draw and Angie. Reason being, their dialogue always plays regardless. Because it's a story event, so I have to do it. It's kind of similar to the Valentine's Day event, sort of, but it's just a better stage, so. While I'm taking care of dailies, I did say I would save the best for last. Let's just get these real quick. Okay, this one might take a little bit because I'm doing so many of these at once. I will at least do some gameplay of the elevator on a challenge mode floor. And let's just do this. It landed on a sprayer floor, that won't do. Launcher, there we go. I just don't feel like switching my setup right now. I could easily do it, but Ryu is a Jacob god, so we'll show off a basic idea of what suppression battle would be like. This is a basic idea, so be warned it won't be exactly the same, but you'll get the general idea from watching this. Alright, let's go, Ryu. Oh, and I just happened to pick one of the easier floors. Oh well. Okay. Just a couple more of these guys. I love that combo. Had to hit me right at the end, didn't you? Oh well. But yeah, no, that's essentially what Suppression Battle would be. Expedition Battle is essentially your boss rush. You kill a boss as fast as possible, there you go. Lightning Battle is essentially race mode. Oh, Power Control Center. If I remember right, that's a fun one for this particular group of levels I'm at. But anyway, I do believe there's something else I have to show. Oh, right. I did say I'd save the best thing in this update for last. See this little group of panels here, for example, in the DiVE Recorder? It's a pain to do all of these at once, just going through the buttons, having to sit through the win every time, or lose, depending on if you get unlucky. Well, that's why they added continuous movement. Let's just do this real quick. 1, 2, 3. And not fat finger because I'm on a new phone. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And as you can see, it'll clear out all of these panels at once. Thank you. This is without question the single best addition in this client update. This actually makes it so that finishing the DiVE Recorder is not a boring chore. It's not a slogfest trying to go through all these panels all the time. It actually makes the DiVE Recorder fun and worthwhile, especially considering how good the rewards are. So while I'm looking around for more boss panels to do to show off continuous movement a bit more, there are a couple of things I guess I can address regarding this update in general. The biggest thing we were hoping for out of this was an updated character roster. They only just yesterday added Gaea Armor X and Dr. Light the Martial Artist, which should be a hint at what's coming up soon, but I'm not certain offhand, so I'm not going to speak on that just yet. Okay, if I took out all those at once, that is what we like to see. Okay, and if I'm right... Oh, there's still a few more of these. Guess I missed a few. Oh well. But yeah, no, that's continuous movement in action. Additionally, they also upped the friend list and the blacklist to 100 from 40 and 20 respectively. So, that's a nice thing. It's a small thing, but again, nice to know. But as for what's also currently going on, there's a raid boss going down. Oh, Phase 3 rewards came in. Nice. But yeah, we have got X6 Sigma for our next raid boss, and it's going to be going on for quite a while. So hey, this is actually a really good time to get into the game with this new client update. While normally I can't say that, this is especially a great time. Because we have daily free polls on Gaea Armor X, a free poll on the DiVE Fest going on right now, free EMs from the raid boss's crusade rewards, which is amazing by the way. And to top it off, those aren't the only free polls you get for starting up the game now. If I'm recalling this correctly, the Navigator supply tickets are still a thing that are being done, which means you get 3 more free polls. One that's a guaranteed S rank character, one that's a guaranteed S rank weapon. So this is actually a really good time to start up the game, if you're brand new to it. If you've tried it before and you're not a fan of it, that's completely fine. But I've discussed basically everything that was added with this client update. The one thing I do wish was added personally, but beggars can't be choosers, especially with how much good stuff they added, is more cards to the arena and co-op shops. Also, minor thing, they moved the tech cores back up to the top where they used to be. So, thank you for that. Okay, I think this basically confirms it. I'm pretty sure we are getting Street Fighter rerun sometime soon, because I think that was something that was going down, at least as far as the discussion. So yeah, I'm pretty sure Street Fighter rerun might be coming, if this hint is any indication. So yeah, definitely, if you are interested in the game, try to get into it now. You've got a whole week of free polls on Gaea Armor, even if you missed a day, unfortunately, because I was a bit lazy to record this, unfortunately. I wanted to add the poll in on camera as well. So there's that. There's a free poll on the DiVE Fest. There's 3 more free polls from the Navigator Supply banner. There's a raid boss going on with a bunch of free EMs in there from the Crusade rewards. And raid bosses are actually some of the most fun I've had in the game. And I'm saying this as a PvP guy. Think about that. But on top of that, we're getting a big collab rerun coming up. So, if anything, this is your chance. It is highly recommended, at least from me, that you at least give the game a shot right now. Some of your experiences will definitely vary, which you prefer over something else, but there's always something to do. If you're a fan of races, you can build up for that. If you're a raid guy, which I know a lot of people are, build up for that. There's PvP to do if you really want to do that, although it's nice to have for dailies and the ranked rewards, which, by the way, those should be coming in, I believe, tomorrow. For this season. There's also co-op stages. There's a lot you can do here. In fact, let's just take a look at some of the co-op stuff. And we'll just do a random stage for a daily. Why not? Yeah, I've got a couple of people I can invite, but I'm going solo, so who do I feel like playing? You know what? Let's wrap this up by showing it's not all about S ranks. I will, however, get my usual setup out, though, because I'm more used to this. Grudge Axe. And the Explosive Bolt. I don't normally do challenge mode when I'm going for the daily mission and also enemy clearing, basically. This is also my go-to stage for co-op if I need to clear out a large amount of enemies at once, so that's something. And while I normally don't do this, let's show off Ale in her fullest. Keep a charge. Very nice. Okay. Now. Oh, too early. Yeah, I am using mobile controls. I could use a controller. I actually am able to use my controller on this now. The thing is, I got so used to mobile controls that I just can't do it. Okay, there's another one. So yeah, with that said, this client update definitely did bring a lot to the table. And to give my final thoughts, while it didn't add as much as we thought it would from, you know, a standard client update, what it did add was amazing. Overall quality of life improvements to the general gameplay, and voice lines for characters who had their voices delayed due to the COVID pandemic. Very nice to see. There's that short ZX saber range kicking in. And there we go, the stage is done. So yeah, that shows off almost everything I can show off for this client update. The only thing I wasn't able to exactly show was the not triple power battle, although it may as well be. It's total power battle, but you may as well call it triple, considering you're doing 3 different things at once with teams of 3. So, that is a very easy mistake to make. Anyway, with that, that's all I really have to discuss with this client update. And for those of you who are curious about the game, it is available on, I believe, the Google Play and Apple Store. And for those who want to at least learn a few things about the game, all the info you need to reach me in-game is right over here. And in case you don't believe me that I've been going through this for so long, I believe this should be proof enough. Yeah, can you tell I much prefer swords? Oh, man. Anyway. But yeah, with that, that's all I really have to say regarding this client update. Thank you guys for listening in. And until whatever the next video is, later, guys.